Okay, so Sony lent me the new Alpha 1 and the 50mm F1.2 G Master lens. And if you don't know what that means, the Alpha 1 is Sony's brand new flagship 50 megapixel 8K full frame mirrorless camera that goes for about $8,500 Canadian or $6,500 US. And the 50mm F1.2 is the first F1.2 lens in the G Master lineup, and it goes for about $2,600 Canadian or $2,000 American. So basically, Sony lent me a camera and lens combination that cost more than my car, and I only had like 2 or 3 anxiety attacks about it. Setting my anxiety aside for now, I did get a chance to play with both the Alpha 1 and the 50mm in practical situations for a little while, and I want to talk to you about what I found. But before I start talking too much, I actually want to show you something. I shot an entire sequence on the Alpha 1 in 8K, that'll be scaled down to 4K for this video, with the 50mm all at f1.2, which is completely ridiculous and unnecessary, but I did it for science. So please enjoy.
This is gonna be the best day ever. This is gonna be the best day ever. Wake up, top of the morning. The bacon is crispy, the coffee is pouring. My meditation is peeling an orange. The bank says I'm already scoring. I got a parking spot right outside. Step into my brand new ride. All we ever get is green lights and blue skies. This is gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh. I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best, best,
Okay, so what is there to say about the Alpha 1? If you're already used to Sony cameras, this is going to fit in really well with what you already know. The menus are in line with what we saw on the new A7S III menu, as well as the FX3, which was pretty much to be expected. We've got the same 10-bit video that we saw on those as well. You can take 50 megapixel photos with this, which is going to be awesome for anyone who's going to blow up in printing or if you're doing a lot of cropping. But all those things are on the spec sheet, so here are a couple of things that I specifically noticed while I was using the camera. First of all, the autofocus is absolutely bonkers. I've never really been upset about the Sony autofocus, but somehow they keep making it better. Because this camera is made to do crazy fast bursts doing up to 30 frames per second, they had to make sure that the autofocus could actually handle that. The autofocus is recalculating 120 times per second. So even if you're shooting at the maximum burst of 30 frames per second, it's recalculating 4 times every shot. And that being said, I was really impressed with that 30 frames per second high-speed burst. This is going to be great for sports shooters, news, documentary, all of those kinds of things where you need to be able to catch the motion in the moment. As someone who shoots a lot of photos of himself, I actually noticed that you've got touch capabilities in the Sony Imaging Edge app with this camera. That's something that they've been missing for a handful of cameras since they switched out of the old Sony Play Memories system. For a while there, if you were using the app to shoot photos, you couldn't use tap focus or anything. Now with this camera specifically, you've got full touch and tracking capabilities as well. Now, I wouldn't buy this expensive of a camera just to get that, but hopefully that means that we're going to see that trickle down into future cameras. A7 IV maybe? Another thing that I notice is that the shutter is super quiet. Even when you're not in electronic shutter mode, it's just really quiet. And with the electronic shutter, there's actually an automatic mode where it will choose for you whether it should choose electronic shutter or the mechanical shutter. I don't know if that's something that I was just missing in the other cameras or if that's something that's new, but I thought it was cool. I did have one issue with overheating. At least I think it was overheating. It was a really weird situation. I'm doing a live stream with Moment. I just finished my lesson with them. We were doing wrap up Q&A kind of thing. And in the middle of that, I was shooting it on the A1 and all of a sudden the camera went off. I assume it was to overheating, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, one of the reasons why I thought this was really weird is because I wasn't actually recording into the camera. I was literally just outputting over HDMI. I was never able to repeat that overheating. It just only happened the once, but it was really strange. And in all the other shooting that I did with it, I never had any issues with overheating at all. And they're claiming that even at 8K, you can run up to 30 minutes on it. If you are someone who takes photos or films yourself, one of the downsides of this camera is that they didn't put their new flip screen on it. That being said, this camera isn't really geared necessarily towards those people. I wouldn't exactly call it a vlogger's camera, or at least not a really cost-friendly vlogger's camera anyway. And there are actually some advantages to the tilting screen. That's a whole debate for another time. And the other thing that they added that I thought was really cool was bird's eye autofocus. So before we had human eye and face autofocus, and we had animal eye and face autofocus, which I think worked for dogs and cats. But now we've actually got bird autofocus. Bird's eye autofocus, which is really cool, especially for a camera like this, because it's 50 megapixels, it's got a high burst rate, it's made for those kinds of situations, people who are going to be actually photographing birds who are flying by. Now, that being said, I did test this out on a goose that was sitting there and just kind of having a nap, and it worked flawlessly. Every single time it chose right on the eye. I was really impressed. But when I did try and shoot some birds that were overhead, it didn't have any trouble focusing on the bird, but I didn't see the little box where it was showing me the eye. And it also didn't find the eye of this giant bird either. But that's okay. That can be forgiven. Now, what about that 50mm F1.2? That thing is stupid sharp, unbelievably sharp, beautiful image quality. It's a pretty hefty lens, which is what you would expect from an F1.2 lens for sure. But boy, do the images that come out of that thing look amazing. The autofocus was great on it. I shot both some video and some photos on it, and I never ran into any issues whatsoever. And because they've put a lot of their new technology into it, including their new autofocus motors, it's actually a lot smaller than I was expecting for an F1.2 lens. All that being said, F1.2 is ridiculously shallow. I did try and do a whole bunch of shooting at F1.2, kind of more out of curiosity than anything, but in most cases I found it super unnecessary, actually kind of annoying and sometimes. For example, if I'm shooting a photo of myself, my eyelashes would be in focus, but my pupil would be out of focus. It's wild how shallow that depth of field can get. But again, as far as image quality goes, that thing was fantastic. Again, I only really did my practical test. I didn't do anything scientific or try and match it up against any others or anything like that. I just went out and shot with it, and the results that I got were really fantastic. Now, I understand that both of these products are probably out of the price range of most of the people watching this video, myself included. I'm not going to pick these up anytime soon. But that being said, I'm always excited anytime that a camera company comes out with a new kind of flagship model, because that means that they're innovating. That means that they're putting new things in there that are likely going to eventually trickle down to the stuff that you and I can afford. So here's what I want you to do. Head down to the comment section and let me know what you think of the Sony Alpha 1. Are there any of the features that it has that you're excited about? Anything that I didn't mention maybe? And same thing with the 50mm. Is that something that you are super into? Are you looking for that F1.2 shallow depth of field? And on your way down to the comment section, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on future reviews and tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.